I mean, is this something that could be... When do you start? Say you're doing this day. When would you start going out and getting people involved?
In relation to the day today?
Yeah.
Well, we would have started this in January, February. The organisation and planning for it, because obviously, the Inspiration Awards also is an aspect of the City Hall event.
Yeah.
And that's a big one, and there's people that we're trying to get involved there that would be personalities that might bring some profile to it.
Yeah.
So we started the planning early in the year, and the mural itself was a very extensive piece of work, and that's going to come up on the website in the next few days, and you'll see that. It's a magnificent mural, one we're very proud of, and that took a lot of time as well. So getting people involved is easy because, well, firstly, the organisation itself in relation to the staff are heavily involved, and then there's other organisations that are becoming involved. But you talk about the future, I guess it's about extending that. I'm sure Joe would agree. It's just about spreading that word and getting that message out and making sure that people know, first of all, it is the Day of Peace, and secondly, that they can really do something as an individual.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And do you find, because sometimes you will get, obviously there's got to be something that you get touched by something to do with what the Day of Peace is all about to make you get going.
To make the trigger for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously living here and growing up with Troubles is obviously a trigger for that. I think the thing that took me to the absolute point was, and I'm sure a lot of people will say this because if they've been there, is Auschwitz and the concentration camp. That visit I made, I think it was a life-changing visit for me. I would recommend anybody to go and visit it because it is really it's unbelievable to see and experience and wonder how people can do that to other people. So it really made me want to do something.
I just had a text come in, Angela, and it's saying that they love the Inspiring Peace Awards that you mentioned.
The Inspiration Awards, yeah.
The Inspiration Awards. Yeah. Can you say some more about that?
Yeah. The Inspiration Awards. Last year we had 2 Inspiration Awards. This year we had 4. One was for a young person who had overcome adversity and was an inspiring role model. The Youth Inspiration Award. The Community Inspiration Award is somebody in the community that inspires or makes a difference to somebody's life. And we also had the Celebrity Inspiration Award this year and a Special Inspiration Award. Now, the Special Inspiration Award was indeed very special. It went to our Council for Norway, Consul General for Norway, and it went to the people of Norway in relation to the atrocities in the 22nd of July this year. So we acknowledged the way that the Norwegian people dealt with that awful day that they had to go through, and the way that they came through it with such dignity. So that award went to them.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really lovely. I wish you could have been here.
That's what I'm thinking.
But what I'm saying is as well, because what I'm getting from what you've done there is you've shown that there's that, you've stretched that global arm. You've shown that there's not a separation. You haven't said we're here in Ireland and these awards are for just what's going on here. No, because it's about us, yes, of course, here, but it's about everybody. It's about humanity, really, right across, and that's very important to us. And just reaching out and trying to understand. I think when you go through something like we went through in relation to the Troubles here, it does make you very attuned to conflict in other parts of the world. Yeah.
So you understand what potentially people are going through and what's happened and how they might be feeling. And you do want to just say, right, well, we've been through this, we understand. So the People of Norway Award was very highly significant and a very special one for us. We really wanted to do that.
And how do you deal with, or do you just build it in?
How do I deal
with the politics, the politics side?
Oh, you just build it in. Was that diplomatic?
You just deal with it as it comes.
You just deal with it as it comes. That's just the way it is. You learn to work with it, and I dare say, in inner cities right across the UK, there are difficulties amongst different communities, and you deal with it. That's what you have to do.
So I had a text in just before, and it stated, peace and capitalism is like chalk and cheese. They cannot live alongside each other, but has to have the appearance.
No, I don't think so. I think that you have to touch. Human beings get touched by one another, and that's the way that you build peace. Trust is built between human beings, whatever their class, whatever their background, whatever their race or culture. That's how it happens.
And would you say, or has there been any real significant blockages that you've come up against, that you've had to really get into some discussion, mediation type of things too? No. I mean, to be honest, the only difficulty we have is money. Yeah.
It's trying to fund this type of activity. We're not funded to do this, so we raise money and it is quite small what we do, which is why it is only the one day.
Yeah.
But it is something that we're highly committed to, and the more organisations and other individuals get involved in it and do their thing as well, the happier we are.
Because ultimately, the benefit is immense, and I think the thing that sometimes people want to see, they want to see some financial benefit, but I don't think you can put a price on people coming together and people being happy and smiling, and people mixing that ordinarily probably wouldn't have mixed had that occasion not been taking place.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it though. People tend, when you do things like this, it tends to be, people can't measure it because it's more preventative. If you hadn't have done it, then what possibly could have happened? But you will never know because you've done it. Definitely. And therefore can never be measured. We just live in hope. I suppose that's a cliche, but it's you just keep doing it. There's a reason that Joe keeps doing it. There's a reason that I keep doing it. Something drives us. Couldn't quite tell you what sometimes, but that's just what it is.
There's something else as well that I've learned, that even to your most disliked person or your most difficult person, there's something about that's humane, that when you mention peace, all humans want that. It's just that some humans don't know how to accumulate that. They don't know how to adopt that. But when you mention it to them, you kind of see that light in their eyes, and that there's something that just makes a human connect to the word peace, if you know what I mean.
That's it, yeah. And it is about human connections, I think. And at the core, that's all that's about, human connection.
Because it brings people together. It almost makes them as one, and kind of unites them together in a way that, for me, in my experience, I don't see it on that capacity. It's almost like a peace family, even if it's blood or not.
That's right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's even different to your own relationships with your own blood relatives.
But there's a language, there's a narrative that's shared. There's an understanding that's shared. There's an ethos that's shared, and you might not have to speak more than a handful of words to each other.
Exactly.
It just is a connection. So that's what we do in Belfast. I think you'll have to come over next year.
I want to, actually. Thank you. Yeah, I like the idea.
Joe likes travelling.
Yeah, I do. I'm a little bit of a little gypsy like that.
It sounds great. Angela, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Much. And could you just give us, before you go, when people want to know how to find out more, your email, the website address?
The website is have I said enough W's there?
Yeah.
Whatever. peacedaycampaign.com.
Brilliant.